Isang bulan na mo ron chumena matagni ko ni rongon ni bibo ngaro tagi ke misa ropo. Niya na isang bulan na sero ko ni sana. Churi kino na mo ron chumay.
Tu nasile.
Isang bulan oyo Mr. Ben.
Kela po?
Na magkikira ni bibo mataka mo ni chikira mo ron buka may no kina diwa na bula FM.
Ang tu nasile.
Namaskar and happy Diwali. This is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. In this bulletin, government thanks outgoing President Ratuepeli Nailatikau for his service to the nation. Lest we forget, fallen soldiers remembered in memorial service this morning. And Fiji on track with preparation for COP21 summit in Paris. After 6 years as the head of state, Ratuepeli Nailatikau today officially steps down. A state farewell was accorded to the outgoing president at the Coronation Ground at Government House this afternoon. Maggie Boyle reports.
Thank you. Vinakavakalevu, Shukriya, Bahut, Dynabad. May God bless you all, and may God bless Fiji.
In a bittersweet farewell, the outgoing president graciously bowing out as head of state. Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum echoing the sentiments of many in the official government address.
He has had a unique ability to connect with ordinary Fijians of every background. In fact, he has been the people's president. And I know I speak for the whole nation when I say how much we will all miss him.
Ratuepeli's speech was short. His thanks extended to the people of Fiji, in particular the civil service and the disciplined forces, for their service to state. He emphasized the importance of education and his pleasure at leaving office, knowing that this was now inclusive of all Fijians.
Knowing that our young people's access to all levels of education is guaranteed and being facilitated. It is through education, wisdom, and the willingness of the heart to understand and appreciate the essence of our Constitution that our people will be equipped to take our nation to the next level.
And while he wraps up as head of state today, the statesman will continue to advocate for his many causes.
After today, I will be committed to continuing my advocacy on HIV and AIDS and to continue my close contact with the national, regional, and international humanitarian organizations and other just causes.
In concluding, the president called on all Fijians to rally behind the president-elect, Giochi Konrote, who will take office tomorrow. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Over 200 people turned up at Government House this afternoon to bid farewell to outgoing President Ratuepeli Nailatikau. Ali Kimbia caught up with a few of the guests who left nothing but good words for the man known as the People's President.
As Ratuepeli Nailatikau departs Government House today, he has left behind a legacy that will be cherished by the people who came across his era of leadership.
As a man of the people, walking around the city of Suva without security, and just saying hello to everyone. He's loved by the people.
I remember the way he just came down to the people. I mean, an excellent man all around. I knew him personally, but just the way he has a habit of walking around town, and being with the people. He's a people's president.
I've known Ratuepeli since I was a boy, since he was a boy, so there's so many things. But he's been a great statesman, a great leader, a great military man. He's been great all around.
Ratuepeli will be remembered by many as the president who fought for unity amongst all races in his drive to encourage youth participation at national level.
I will remember him by his humility and his friendliness and love of Fiji.
A great gentleman. He was a great representative of Fiji, especially for us in Mau.
I'll remember him really as the president that brought all the people of Fiji together. Very willing and able to mix with everybody. Gave Fiji a lot of dignity, helped at a very difficult time in Fiji's history. So we're immensely grateful for his contributions.
Apart from his work as president, Ratuepeli is also well known for his unique ability to connect with ordinary Fijians. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Remembrance Day, also known as Poppy Day, to remember our fallen soldiers, was widely observed around the country today. Akusita Tale was at the memorial services held around the capital city this morning and files this report.
A day to remember our fathers, grandfathers, brothers and heroes who died in the line of duty. Remembrance Day is observed on 11th November to recall the end of hostilities of World War I on their date in 1918. A memorial dawn service was held at the military cemetery in Suva this morning, followed by a wreath-laying ceremony at the Stanley Brown Naval Base in Walu Bay. A commemoration service was later held at the National War Memorial Site at exactly 11 a.m. The Fiji Returned Soldiers and Ex-Servicemen Association says today is not only meant for ex-servicemen, but for the society as a whole.
Remember the heroic deeds of people who had gone before us, our forefathers, our grandfathers, our fathers, our parents, who had gone on, and some of them committing the ultimate sacrifice, in answer to the call of duty.
Warrant Officer Konisi Ratumaiwai, one of the 100 soldiers recruited in 1962, along with outgoing President Ratuepeli Nailatikau. This day will always be a special day for him, as he remembers those that helped save and shape our country.
This is a day to remember our heroes that have fought in the Solomons, Malaya, and those that have sacrificed their lives in Lebanon and Sinai. And for us that are still living, we should never forget this day as we honor and remember them.
The Poppy Appeal, which ran for 2 months, also ends today. Ratupeni Volavola says the response from the public was very poor, adding children should be taught the importance of this day.
It's a very colorful history, and it founded on the heroism of the sons of Fiji who went out there into the theaters of war. But all I'm saying is that I think there is a need for the younger generation to be more aware of the significance of today's event.
Former military servicemen and their families, members of the Defense Forces, the diplomatic corps and government MPs were part of the memorial service. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Fiji is in its final stages of preparing for the COP21 summit at the end of this month. Experts and participants to the summit are putting together a negotiation document which Fiji is hoping to benefit from. Savara Tambua has more.
The Climate Change Summit in Paris is an important conference for Fiji, where it will submit the Suva Declaration, which contains issues pertaining climate change effects in the Pacific and how it can be addressed. Fiji is hoping its submission aiming of keeping global warming below 2 degrees Celsius is recognized.
It's true to the science, and this is what's come out of the 5th assessment report of the expert UN scientist group, the IPCC, and we hope that the countries will adhere and recognize the importance of this policy degree, this 1.5 degrees Celsius.
The other issue that Fiji will be looking forward to during the summit is the capitalization of the Green Climate Fund.
And already Fiji has benefited from the Green Climate Fund in the last GCF board meeting, but we hope that we can continue to build our adaptive capacities through this financial facility, but we will need more funds to be put in by developed countries and other countries with the ability to do so.
A government delegation led by the Prime Minister, Morenge Bainimarama, is expected to leave our shores shortly for the summit, which will commence on the 30th of this month and ends on the 11th of December. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
Eating Fresh, hotel launches initiative to use locally produced foods.
मेरा चांद मुझे आया है नजर, ऐ रात जरा थम थम के गुजर। छाया है नशा मेरे आंखों पर, ऐ रात जरा थम थम के गुजर। रह जाए ना प्यासा मेरा प्यार, मेरे बाहों में भर दे मेरा यार, ऐ रात जरा थम थम के गुजर, ऐ रात जरा थम थम के गुजर। है दोस्तों, मैं हूं जितेन शांडिल। आप रात के बाद हमारे साथ अब रफ्तार प्रोग्राम में 3 से लेकर रात 7 के बीच शामिल हो सकते हैं। मिर्ची FM, इट्स हॉट।
Months of preparations, budgeting and planning all culminate tonight for Diwali, known as the Festival of Lights. It is one of the brightest festivals in the Hindu calendar that also depicts the triumph of light over darkness. Ellen Stolz reports.
It's a sacred festival for Hindus and a time to seek God in prayer. For Kiran Pabai, it means praying with all her heart.
पूजा करते हैं लक्ष्मी माता की।
We pray for Goddess Lakshmi on this day and we pray from the heart. I believe through praying the goddess will bless me and my family and keep us away from evil. And I also would like to wish each and everyone a happy Diwali.
While some took to the shops for last-minute shopping, many started preparations earlier on to set the platform for tonight's festivities. For the Reddy family in Vatwalevu, Nandi, getting the busy part of the day out of the way was first on the agenda to ensure an evening of delight with family and friends.
For our family, it means celebration with family, lighting up the house and playing firecrackers, enjoying sweets and meeting friends and families and sharing our happiness with them.
Hindus believe Goddess Lakshmi will visit and bless their families whose homes are clean and who have prepared well for the festival.
It's the darkest night of the year, so we try to put on more lights as possible so that the darkness goes out, and that's what symbolizes like in your own life, like this Diwali, like it's a new year for us, and we need to put in lights in our life as well.
Kamal Lal of McCoy says all her savouries are ready for her friends and families to share tonight. She admits that though sometimes it is hard to get ready for Diwali.
About the weather, when I get right weather, good weather, I clean it fast, and bad weather, it takes me time to clean it.
Despite what you believe, Diwali has symbolisms and lessons that reach across all religions, cultures and lifestyles. Lessons of good prevailing over evil and people seeking to be closer to a higher power through prayer and practicing good habits.
We now cross over live to Ellen, who joins us from Vatwanga. Ellen, what's the preparation like there?
Yes, Jackie, no doubt a lot of activities will be planned tonight, including the lighting of firecrackers, deers, and as well as eating sweets. Now, I'm here in Vatwanga with the Chand family. Mrs. Chand, could you tell us just a little bit about the Rangoli design and what does it mean?
Okay, it's of Lord Ganesha which we made, and it's about a god who brings happiness and takes out all the sorrows, and we put it actually on the entrance to allow the Lord Goddess of Lakshmi to come inside.
That's lovely. Back to you, Jackie.
Absolutely beautiful. Thanks so much for that, Ellen. More than 5 million litres of carted water has been distributed to 60,000 residents affected by drought in the Western Division. Commissioner Western Manasa Tangidakimbao says the prolonged dry spell is so severe that the task force assigned to monitor the drought will this week brief the Prime Minister on the dire situation. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
The El Nino effect, The dry weather in some parts of the country is expected to continue well into the new year. Commissioner at Western Manasa Tangithakimbao says it's cause for serious concern, with the number of people affected rising daily.
So far we have delivered around more than 5 million liters of water, both on mainland and in the maritime zones, the outer islands. In terms of cost, we have utilized more than 300 plus thousand. That is the cost of cutting the water.
He says the carted water rations for household needs are expected to last up to 2 weeks. However, the authorities are advising families to use water sparingly.
Very vigilant in the way they use water, to minimize the use of water, to utilize water as per their needs.
Later this week, Tangithakimbao will meet with the Prime Minister to brief him on the situation and advise him on the next steps, which include scaling up of their current operations.
By acquiring more trucks, we're looking at more delivery tanks. We're looking at more water tanks to pre-position in the area so that the distances between the houses and the tank are not so far.
Rural and remote areas reliant on groundwater sources are the worst affected in this drought, which has now lasted more than 3 months. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Achieving sustainable growth in culinary-related initiatives, working with local producers and suppliers, is the aim of the Shangri-La Fijian Resort as it launched its Rooted in Nature initiative. Madhyumbola Tamana reports the initiative will see menus at the resort's 4 exquisite dining restaurants using locally produced food.
It's an initiative set by one of the oldest and biggest luxury hotels in the Coral Coast that will definitely add value to Tourism Fiji's bid in propping Fiji as a prime destination on the global platform.
What it's all about is to promote the use of local product and produce and create awareness amongst our guests about the local options they can choose in terms of nutrition and health, as well as purchase products from our local suppliers.
As it starts to phase in locally produced food to its menus now, the ultimate aim is that by 2017, 50% of its purchases will be from local farmers, while in 2020, projected targets sit at 75%.
Supply is always a challenge. If demand is higher, and for our local farmers, I think that's where we have the challenge, where they are not able to produce a consistent supply throughout the year against demand. And I think it'll take a collaborative and concerted effort from all the key stakeholders to really help our farmers.
Powell says their hope is that the agriculture sector will work hand in hand with them in providing the platform to encourage the local economy. Madhyumbola Tamana, FBC News.
The 2015 Lomaiviti Festival got underway at the FTB foreshore in Suva today. The 4-day event is being held to raise funds for the Lomaiviti provincial rates. Festival committee member Chochi Ngarnivalu says they also intend to teach the people of the need to preserve their culture during the festival.
This year is different because we have added another value to it by reviving and consolidating the culture and arts of Lomaiviti. That has been an added fabric to what we are going through from today till Saturday.
The festival ends on Saturday. Fiji's first sports diner, Dog Father, was opened last night at Damoda City by the President Ratuepeli Nailatikau. Owned by Matrix Holdings Limited, the Dog Father is the latest in its chain of businesses, which includes Victoria Wines and Spirits, O'Reilly's and Shenanigans, and Bad Dog. The sports diner is unique because it uses optic fiber to be able to live stream sporting events from around the world.
We wish the Matrix Holding Company, group of companies, all the best for their ongoing development and their contribution towards the vitality and quality of our hospitality and tourism industries here in Fiji.
The group provides to the government almost $2.5 million per annum from taxes, including VAT. And on that note, we turn to sports now. Hey, Jamie, happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali, Jackie, and you must be excited to be in studio again and to go look for some sweets after this.
Oh, definitely.
Happy Diwali to you at home as well. In sports, after the break, we'll have the latest on the Fiji Sevens squad at the Madawata Sevens, and goal by Roy Krishna, not enough to secure a Fiji victory over Vanuatu. This and more coming up.
Imbula bina na turanga na marama na turbugi na ngone lewa. Imbula bina rangone. Karuita kini marata iti ronda bitingomi na bio liba ni Radio Fiji 1 na bai viti na bonga ni bianu yana. Oya upio ratuanga na mni daun bengravi. Na makia mai daun kita tiri karua moni tiki na barumbuka. Ene wasini ngone baruta ki kilo mani koro. Ilutu na karomo.
The two Vodafone Fiji Sevens teams hit the ground at full pace when they arrived for the Madawata Youth Provincial Sevens tournament. The 26 players in the extended squad were spread into two teams, Fiji 1 and Fiji 2, with both sides recording big scores in their opening games. Other teams looking to challenge the national side are Wardens Gold and First Light Taviuni.
A few months now, the boys haven't played much rugby in the last couple of months, so they're raring to go and play some good games against some local opposition and also against some excellent Wardens teams, and we hope and we expect to get pushed hard today and tomorrow. So then they'll get to the Madawata province and also the people of the friendly north to accommodate the two national teams in what's arguably the most important Sevens season.
The Fiji Sevens squad arrived into Lambasa yesterday without much fanfare in anticipation for the Madawata Provincial Tournament, but they were swamped at Senganga Primary School by students as well as fans of all ages looking to catch a glimpse of their Sevens heroes up close. Talenda Dakadaka with this report from Lambasa.
The national squad took an early morning boat ride to Lambasa yesterday. The players look relaxed, but the competition for places in the final squad is anything but. Students took photos and autographs from the national reps and even an impromptu coaching clinic for those rugby enthusiasts.
A big history here in Senganga, where our students are able to see our players and they are also enjoying with the training sessions that have been provided by the Sevens team here.
As the players stepped onto the field in the Madawata Sevens today, it was another boost for the fans here who only watch them on television.
We really appreciate the Fiji national Sevens team coming over to the north. I mean, all the three provinces of the Kaunrawembo and Madawata, they really look forward to come in and watch whatever we usually see in the big screen. We see it live in here.
The reactions of the fans would have given the national squad a glimpse of the support they receive whenever and wherever they don the national jumper. Tsalendo Takadaka, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the two Fiji squads are on track to qualify for the Cup quarterfinals. Fiji 1, led by skipper Sekolini Sao, defeated Can-Do Generation 36-0 in its second pool game this afternoon. Fiji 2 outclassed Nuclear 7 35 points to 7 and will battle Ravuka later. In other results, Wardens Green beat Service Savu Savu 36-0 and 3D beat Nasasa 40-12. The quarterfinals will begin at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The winning team collects $3,000 and the runners-up collect $1,500. Ben Ryan will also name his reduced 16-man squad at the completion of the tournament. Fijian wonder boy Roy Krishna scored a goal in the second spell for the Vodafone Fiji football side, but it wasn't enough as the team went down to Vanuatu 2-1 in Port Vila yesterday. Vanuatu made a good start and 2 goals in the first spell saw them lead 2-0 at halftime. Krishna pulled one back, but it was too late as the hosts claimed the 2-match series. The team returned today. The World Rugby Council has approved historic and wide-ranging reform of its governance structures, creating a dynamic environment for wider union and regional representation and an independent, skills-based voice on the International Federation's decision-making bodies. The reforms will increase the number of unions and voting rights on World Rugby's council by including member unions who have qualified for 2 consecutive Rugby World Cups within the last 8-year assessment period. Fiji Rugby Union had requested for a place on the council before the Rugby World Cup and is expected to be part of it after this change. Fiji-born Henry Speight had his first training run in the 15-member Australian Sevens team preparing for the Oceania Sevens this weekend. Meanwhile, the Oceania Sevens will be held this weekend and you can watch the tournament live on FBC TV. That's it from sports this evening. We'll be back again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe and have a happy Diwali.
Fine weather prevailed over most parts of the country today. A trough lies slow-moving over Tuvalu and extends eastwards over Tokelau, Northern Cooks, and southeastwards over French Polynesia. Meanwhile, another trough affects Phoenix Islands. In temperatures, it was a hot day around Fiji. All major centres except Suva and Savu recorded temperatures in the 30s. A weak trough of low pressure lies to the north of Fiji. Tomorrow it will be cloudy with brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, cloudy periods with possible afternoon or evening showers. And the outlook for Friday is fine apart from brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Recapping the main stories tonight. Government thanks outgoing President Ratuepeli Nailatikau for his service to the nation. Lest we forget, fallen soldiers remembered in memorial service this morning, and Fiji on track with preparation for COP21 summit in Paris. To our poll question this week, we're asking, are you happy with the massive reduction in VAT? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. From the team and I for tonight, have a safe and enjoyable Diwali. Bye for now.